Getting cheated on is a terrible experience, so it's not a bad thing to want to protect yourself. If you want to see how likely it is that your partner will cheat, you first need to be on the same page as to what the definition of cheating is. For instance, some people count innocent flirting outside a relationship as cheating, while others may not care as much. Some think that physical cheating is bad, while others think emotional cheating is way worse. Now, many people have different ideas of what constitutes cheating, so it's an important question to ask because it can reveal your partner's true sense of what cheating encompasses. Asking relevant questions about the subject matter will inform you of your partner's relationship boundaries, and then you can analyze what those boundaries mean to you as an individual. Okay, we'll jump into all this shortly. Welcome back, my name is Jessica. Before we go any further, I'd like to give a special shout out to the following people. Special shout out to Horace Smith in Florida, also to Jolvin Chaki from Tanzania, Kenneth Sidney in Papua New Guinea, Christopher Motosho from Nigeria, and Dean Law from the USA. Thanks guys for watching the video every single time. And if you're watching today's video, make sure you comment with your location so I can give you a shout out in the next video. Also, if you haven't had a chance to go through my merch store, go check it out. I've got some really cool t-shirt designs that you'll absolutely love to wear. I'll leave a link to the merch store in the description below, or you can click on the merchandise you see below this video. Let's continue. So, with the exception of people who decide that they do not want to even try monogamy, I do believe that most people don't necessarily go looking for an affair, right? Circumstances connect them at the moment in their lives when maybe they're most vulnerable. Next thing they know, an affair has happened. What begins as a friendship and sharing intimacy that they don't share with their partner gradually morphs into feelings of lust and love, and an affair begins. That being said, I do believe that some people might be more prone to cheating, whether intentionally or unintentionally. Now, the reasons for this increased tendency to cheat can be helpful because it can help you decipher the signs that the woman you're with will cheat on you very early on in the relationship. Here are 5 of the signs. Number 1, she's cheated before. Has your woman cheated before? When you first met and you confided in each other about your past relationships, did she disclose that she's been unfaithful? Is it something that you've largely ignored, hoping that perhaps things will change and it'll be different this time? Now, whether someone cheats once or many times, the truth is, once someone cheats, it could always happen again, and it could quickly become habitual. Why? Give me a few seconds to jump into the neuroscience of infidelity. When most people think of infidelity, they don't think about injecting heroin or smoking crack cocaine, but I believe that they should, because the behavior that takes place during an affair mimics exactly the behavior of a drug addict. Like a moth to a flame, the person who's a cheat keeps coming back to the same addictive behavior. When someone in a committed relationship or even a marriage becomes attracted to a person outside the relationship, a series of chemical and hormonal changes in the brain are set in motion that get the addiction off and running. Now, if you strip away the romantic outer coat of falling in love, you find the cold, hard stuff of medical science. I'm sure you've heard of dopamine. Studies show that when someone is exposed to a new person they're attracted to, the brain generates a flood of dopamine, known as the feel-good hormone. Dopamine sets off a sometimes uncontrollable urge to get a hit or a quick fix. And before the cheating partner can be aware of what themselves, they've already cheated. Now, unless you and your partner work at keeping things fresh and new, dopamine levels will stay low. And continued exposure to an attractive person outside your relationship will cause a surge in dopamine, and the absence of that person will generate emptiness and unease. The only way to feel normal again is to return to the source of the chemical rush, i.e., cheating. Number 2, your relationship started as an affair. Sorry to break it to you, but this is true. It's easy to think that the other person you're cheating with is different, right? And for the moment, you'll actually even believe that they're better than your current partner. But that is usually so far from the truth. Usually, after you get familiar with this new love interest or even go on to date them, you'll quickly realize that they're perhaps just like your old lover or even worse. They just obviously come in different packaging. Lovers who once felt completely connected find that the real world challenges their relationship, and their relationship begins to falter. If your relationship started as an affair, particularly if your partner was married or dating, then chances are very high that your partner will cheat again. Unless, of course, they've done some serious work on themselves and gotten to the bottom of why they keep cheating in the first place. The infidelity is very likely to reoccur, as I explained in the previous pointer. Number 3, she lacks discipline in most areas of her life. Now, another sign that a woman is going to cheat on you is if she has impulse control issues. She can't control herself. For a woman with impulse control issues, the tendency to fall into an affair will be greatly increased. Discipline is so important in this case because it provides her with rules to live her life by efficiently and effectively. Now, when you have discipline in your life, you can make small sacrifices in the present for a better life in the future. Discipline creates habits. Habits make routines. Routines become who you are daily. The good news is discipline can be trained. It's like a muscle. The more you work on your discipline, the stronger it becomes. We see this in sports all the time, where disciplined teams are able to see the big picture and use restraint during adversity. Now, if your woman lacks discipline, it can spill over into various aspects of her life that will not benefit you if you continue to date her. Number 4, her answers to these 3 following questions. Question A. My friend's partner cheated on them, and I believe they should break up. What do you think? Now, this is an important question to ask her. If someone close to you got cheated on, it doesn't hurt to ask your partner what they think. Naturally, you would probably expect your partner to agree with breaking up. But if they try to justify or defend the wrongdoer by saying things like, well, people make mistakes, it's a major red flag. Now, this could mean that they empathize with a cheater and maybe saying, well, if I ever cheated on you, I would want you to forgive me. Question B would be, would you be mad if someone else flirted with me? Now, some people have no problem with a little harmless flirting here and there, right? But not everyone is cool with that behavior. Asking your partner about flirting outside of the relationship can give you an idea of what's okay for them. For instance, if they're okay with someone flirting with you, they may think it's okay for them to flirt with someone else. Their response will reveal whether or not you're on the same page about boundaries when it comes to your relationship. Question C, and the final one, will be, do you think it's normal to cheat? Now, some people are in environments where cheating is considered normal, right? They may think that if everyone does it, it means it must be okay. When people make generalizing comments about other people, it's typically because they do the same thing. And that's a fact. If you're talking about cheating and your partner brings up the fact that they think it's normal, it might be because they've done it before or multiple times. And on some level, actually think it's totally okay and there's nothing wrong with it. Now let's move on to the last early sign, which is number 5. If she has parents or a parent who cheated. So believe it or not, agree with me or not, kids learn from their families, both the good and the bad, by simply observing. Children with parents who cheat are prone to do same as well. Much of it has to do with socioeconomic backgrounds and roles within the relationship or the family. There's even a school of thought that attributes cheating to genes. Yep. They even believe that parents pass down some of these traits and tendencies to their kids. Do what you will with this information. However, all I can say is this: leadership by example. If she had parents that normalized the act of infidelity, there's a high likelihood that she would see nothing wrong with doing so as well. I'm not going to ignore the other side of the conversation that also highlights the fact that if a child sees what one parent goes through because of infidelity, i.e. pain and hurt, they may vow to never repeat the same act when it's their time or their turn. So do take note that even though this is largely a valid point, there's simply no guarantees. Let's wrap up this video. In conclusion, again, while the 5 things I've highlighted today are definitely signs that a woman might cheat on you, they don't necessarily mean that your woman will in fact cheat. There are many women who don't want to be like their parents, who struggle with mental health or impulse control issues, but seek proper treatment. These women are less inclined to cheat. That said, take note of the signs as you enter into a new relationship or you navigate your existing one. Any or all of the signs could be big red flags that you shouldn't ignore if you want long, healthy relationships without infidelity. I mean, that is the goal of today's video, no? I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, smash the like button. Don't forget to share it with another person. And subscribe to the channel. Switch on the notification bell so you get notified every single time I post. My name is Jessica. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.